Welcome back to the Backstage at Open Highway podcast. I am your host, John Henry. How's it going? Today is episode 4, and it is presented by the RAC, the Regional Arts Commission. We are proudly working with them this year. They're great folks, dedicated to supporting local musicians, St. Louis area musicians. I just got a phone call, but I turned it off. I'll call you back. So we are thrilled to be working with the Regional Arts Commission, presenting this episode. Hope you guys had a great record store weekend like I did. Had a great time at Vintage Vinyl. Tons of folks came out. My oldest son came. I was scared he was going to be bored. He sat in the DJ booth watching me work on my computer and randomly put on a few vinyl records, and I was afraid he was going to be bored. So I asked him, I go, "Did you have fun today?" And he said, "Yes, Daddy." And that was nice. And it reminded me that kids don't have the context of music all the way, so it's up to us to give it to them. So for me, it was just hanging out at a record store. For him, it was this mysterious place full of grown-ups and cool music and DVDs, which I had to explain. We had to explain what a DVD was. There you go. I mean, it's like they don't have the context. It's like when people hear the Beatles now, they're like, "Oh yeah, no, this isn't crazy." But like when it came out, there's no context for the Beatles, and kids have no context. So that's how it is. Kids are like the Beatles. In addition to the fest, we produce club shows all around St. Louis, and we dropped a few here this week. American Aquarium, June 24th at the Old Rock House. That's going to be a banger. And July 14th, we have Whitey Morgan with special guest Myron Elkins at the Golden Record. Two very, very cool shows. The American Aquarium, as you watch this, is now on sale. The Whitey Morgan goes on sale. The Whitey Morgan show goes on sale on May the 5th. Cinco de Mayo. Let's get weird. Tonight, this will be out after this happens, but Sonny Sweeney is playing the Golden Record tonight. So thrilled to be working with a bunch of really cool Americana country artists. So check out Open Highway Booking on Facebook if you want to see what's going on, if you like going to club shows. Saw Morgan Wallen cancel the show down in Mississippi, a big stadium show. Did you guys see that? It's like 60,000 people. And he canceled. Well, some people say the rumor was that he was drinking. People are saying it's not. But, I mean, if you got fooled that he was a good dude still, you maybe need to listen a little closer. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about, the part is there was a tweet that went viral of a woman who, when the show canceled, she had to list all the expenses, all the different things she and her husband did for the show, the travel, the hotel, the restaurant, a couple of outfits, and posted it, and it was going viral about, how expensive it is and how much of a commitment it is to go to a show, especially a 2-day festival such as ours. And, I wanted to take the time to talk about how we really do put a lot of thought into the price of our event. We try not to make a ticket that would be burdensome to see the show. And I know that that's kind of a subjective thing, but, we live in St. Louis. We live in the St. Louis area, this market, and you have to price your show and your event to what the market and what the people who live within the market can afford to pay and what they want to pay and what they will willingly pay to support you. And you guys have been incredibly supportive so far for 2023, obviously in years past too, but long story short is, while we are not adverse to making money, our primary goal is to put on an event that our audience and our fans and music fans, even if they haven't even heard of Open Highway, can afford and can buy and come out and enjoy. good, tasty fest at a reasonable price. Today I'm going to bring on our special guest, Matt Jordan. Matt is a local St. Louis area-based Americana country singer-songwriter, leads a band, full band. If you like country, if you like rock, you'll like this guy's stuff. Had a chance to talk to him. I knew him a little bit before this. It was good to, chat a little bit more. And even before we started recording, we were talking just certain artists and records that we both really like, and some of the records that he has hung on the wall in the room that he uses as his office. So hope you enjoyed this interview. I really enjoyed talking to him. Make sure you check out his stuff. All that'll be linked below. So without further ado, Matt Jordan. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Before we got on here, I was just commenting, if you just slightly tilt your head, you have this amazing record collection on your wall. Very cool.
Those are my favorites, man. Those are the guys I learned to write songs from.
Yeah, some of the classic rock and roll / country rock, some of the best ever.
I love that stuff. Yeah.
You just announced some cool shows yesterday. The day we're recording, you're playing a show at Joe's on Weed with Breland coming up in the spring.
Yeah, May 17th. That show's coming up, so just a couple weeks away. I haven't played in Chicago in a long time, and it's a market that I've really been wanting to get back into. And I've seen a lot of shows at Joe's before, but I've never been on that stage, so really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, that should be a big one. I'm seeing a lot of Breland around in the country world, a lot of popularity with him. So congrats on getting that one.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to his show.
You split some time here just outside of St. Louis and also in Nashville, doing a lot of writing.
Yep. So full time, I live west of St. Louis in Wildwood, and I usually get to Nashville about once a month, once every 4 to 6 weeks, and I record there right now. I have a lot of co-writers in Nashville still. Fortunately, been able to do a lot of that on Zoom. The pandemic kind of normalized Zoom co-writing, so I don't have to go to Nashville as much. But I still kind of have my foot in the door there. But it's good to be home, though. I'm glad to be doing this from St. Louis. Yeah, that's cool. Last week we had Beth Bombar on this, and we were talking about how Zooms have it's maybe the one good thing about COVID. You could just say you could cut down on so much driving and meeting time just by getting the same things done. So yeah, for sure. And like a lot of the guys I write with in Nashville have, during the pandemic, they kind of like went to Zoom writing even with their Nashville writers. So there's people like in the same town who are writing over Zoom and not having to deal with the traffic and the commute and all that. It's been a good thing that's come out of it. Very cool. Well, let's get into it. Yeah.
What's one of your favorite spot to have lunch in St. Louis?
All right. So I've seen some of the other clips, and I know that a lot of the folks that you interview are more like east of 270. So I'm going to give you a West County answer. Since I'm west of 270. There's a bar and grill out here called Mulligan's in Ellisville, and they have the best chicken wings in St. Louis.
Oh man, shots fired.
I'm standing by it.
That's awesome.
So if you're looking for good wings, come west, get yourself a beer and some wings at Mulligan's.
We will have to tag that on this. Give them some love. That's cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that place out. That sounds delicious. Do you have a dream instrument that you would like to own?
Yes, and this is kind of a weird answer for me because I'm not really much of a keyboard or piano guy. Like I can dabble in it, but I play a lot more guitar than I do anything else. But I would love to have a Fender Rhodes electric piano someday. I just think it's the coolest sound.
It would look amazing in that room behind you.
Right here, right
there. Yeah,
man.
You could do it on the Zoom.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I don't know that I can really justify that instrument since I don't play much keyboard, but I do love the sound of it. And I think I would play a lot more if I had that.
Well, you're just one placement away, man. One sync.
That's right. I'm working on it.
And what's a song or record that you're really into right now?
Man, I mean, those ones on the wall are like, that's my stuff, Tom Petty Wildflowers, that one on the wall, if I could afford the vinyl. They're super expensive. That one is always one that I'm turning. But lately I've been listening to the Tunnel of Love record by Bruce Springsteen a lot.
Wow, man.
you're speaking my language here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Wildflowers. I mean, I think it's a perfect record, and such an effortless record, deep songs, but also you can just put it on and like have it on while you're, doing stuff around the house too. It's amazing.
It never doesn't feel right to have that record on.
Yeah.
It's like perfect for any moment. It's fantastic.
Yeah, very cool. Where's a place that you go to get some peace or happiness?
I mean, my favorite place in the world is the mountains. My family's been going out to Utah for 20 years and skiing and stuff. And I've got 3 little kids, and I'm married now. So my wife and I take our kids out there. And the mountains to me are like, they're perfect combination of like relaxation and recreation. Like you can go ski or mountain bike or hike or whatever, but you can also just like sit on the deck and enjoy the view. And I always just feel like whenever I come home from the mountains, I just feel filled up and content and ready to go create and get busy again,
Yeah, that's great. I can relate to that as well. I think that it's just you said it perfectly. So I'm not going to say anything else about it. And when you're out playing shows outside of St. Louis, when you're touring, what's a mundane thing about being on the road that you really enjoy?
Oh man, I mean, it's so like cliche. I love getting to see new places. Like music has taken me to cities that I've never been otherwise, and that's really cool. There's so much downtime on the road. I think people have in their head like, you're on the road and you're constantly going out and partying and busy and stuff, and it's like there's a lot more sitting around waiting for things to happen. I think just hangs, man. I mean, my band is 4 of my best friends. They're not just guys I play music with. They're 4 of my favorite people in the world, and we just have fun, just hanging out in the green room, playing guitars, talking, dreaming. We do our pre-show toast and drink and go on stage, and those are some of my favorite times.
That's great. Yeah, I think there's something that's traveling around with guys in a van, just loving what you're doing, is an amazing experience. So that's a perfect.
Yeah,
answer,
it is. It's a cool community thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us. I wanted to say here at the end, if you want to plug a new record or a website or anything new you have going on, go ahead and knock it out.
Yeah, I got a bunch of new music coming out this year. So probably the best thing to do is go follow me on social media at Matt Jordan Music on Instagram and TikTok, as much as I'm on TikTok, Facebook, all those places. So go follow me at those places, and then you'll see when new music's coming out, because there's a lot of it coming this year.
Well, great. Well, we're happy to have you on Open Highway this year, and appreciate you taking the time to chat with us.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, man. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes, us too. Well, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Well, hope you enjoyed episode 4 of the Backstage at Open Highway podcast. Thank you as always for your support. We'll have a new episode next week. Please stick around, and thank you. Spread the word of Open Highway. We appreciate it. You guys are the best. Peace out.